Again with philosophy. If you liked any of my past videos, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment on the video. It will be greatly appreciated. Today I want to talk about, as I've been talking about, the four basic concepts, which are the foundation for your dream, goals, and desires, whatever they may be. There's four basic concepts that are the main crust of your foundation, the core of your foundation. Without this, there's no foundation. And the deeper your foundation, the taller your building can be. And it will be all up to you. So these four basic concepts are so important. If you scratched out the rest of the information and just keep these four basics, you will reach so much in your life and you will find a level of happiness beyond your belief, because they're that powerful. These four basics are the foundation of the foundation. Is the main thing that keeps the foundation the way it is. So we talked about the first basic concept in the past video. This is the second basic concept, which is the Teachability Index. The Teachability Index consists of two variables: willingness to learn and willingness to accept change. You have to be high in both categories. Let me repeat that again. You have to be high in both categories. You have to be high in willingness to learn, and you have to be high in willingness to accept change. You could be high in willingness to learn and low on willingness to accept change. It doesn't work. Again, you could be high in accepting change, but you may not be high in willingness to learn. Doesn't make sense. Both of them have to be high if you want this concept to work in your life. Being teachable will get you so far that it's limitless. It's eternal. You could go as high and as far as you want with this just one concept. Because when you're teachable, you're opening yourself for the opportunities. See, being teachable is the key. If you follow all the other concepts or all the other three concepts on the four basics, you see the doors. But the teachability index, being teachable, being willing to learn, and being willing to accept change is the key. That opens all those doors. The other concepts allows you to find the right doors, the good doors for tremendous success. But the teachability index is the key. You have to be teachable, like a flower, like a plant. It's either growing or dying. It never stands still. And you have to keep growing and growing. There's no stopping. There's no standing still. And this concept behind both in both categories, willingness to learn, willingness to accept change, will keep you growing. If you look at super successful people who are in their 70s, 60s, 80s, they're the most teachable in life. And you would think that they know, they know more than us, but you would think that they sort of retired from being teachable. Like, I don't need to learn. But if you look at those super successful people who are 70, 80, 60 years old, they're the most teachable because they understand this about life. See, this is not just a success principle. This is a life principle. This is what life is made of. What we talk about here in philosophy, we're just not talking about the 10 steps to making your dreams come true. We're talking about making your life making your life experience, making this life experience rich and fulfilled as it should be, the way it should be. These are not just principles, these are life principles. This is what brings joy, happiness. People are the happiest when they're growing, when they're going somewhere where they know they're becoming better. It's such a euphoric feeling. And when you're not doing that, You fall into depression, you fall into stress, you're frustrated with life, things are just not working for you. I ask people this all the time. They talk to me and they're down. They're too worried about a challenge, or they're too worried about life, or they're depressed about life. They don't see things going their way. One of the first things I ask them, hey, how's your teachability index? Are you teachable? Are you learning new things? Yes, there's a challenge going on, but are you learning new things? See, if anything, a challenge is the best way to grow. Is where you take leaps into growth. See, when there's no challenges going on, you're going step by step by step. But when there's a challenge, you have an opportunity to grow so much that it's in leaps. You could jump so far when a challenge comes about that shocks you. This is the reason why, if you look at, and I keep talking about this, if you look at the time track of all these super successful people, you'll notice that there's a common denominator. There's disaster after challenge, disaster, challenge, disaster, challenge. But after that disaster, they take this huge leap, or something wonderful and happens in their careers and in their life. The same thing here. When there's a disaster in your life, when there's a challenge in your life, that's your opportunity to leap, to grow so much. You know, if you're, for example, if you're being sued or you're going to court for whatever reason, you may look at it as a disaster, or you may look at it, look, I've never learned law. I never learned anything about law. I don't have a good idea. This is an opportunity for me to grow, for me to learn what the justice system is about. See how you could change that thing? If you have a disease, if you have a disease, you were just diagnosed with a terrible, deadly disease or whatever, this is your opportunity to become healthy, to look into health. You know, I'm I'm diabetic. This is something personal, and this is not about me at all. This is about the information, but I'll give you a good example. I'm diabetic. When I was diagnosed, I had two choices. I could focus on the bad, this terrible disease, or I could look at the opportunity. Here I have an opportunity to get into health, to eat healthy at a young age. Maybe if I wasn't diagnosed with disease, maybe I would just be eating crappy food and in time clutter my arteries, or develop some other type of disease. This opportunity for me to start a healthy lifestyle early in life. See how you could change that? And that's what growth is. That's what being teachable is. Being willing to learn, being willing to accept change. Accept the change. Be willing to accept the change, because something beautiful beyond what you can imagine is about to happen when you accept change, when you're willing to change. So you cannot stand just one spot and that's it. That's not the way you were meant to be. You were meant to grow and grow and grow. This is why many relationships fall apart. They stop growing. They stop pushing themselves to become better, become a better version of themselves. Thus, another chapter, a newer chapter in their life. People just want to stay the same. They're trying to find happiness. But how can you find happiness when you know happiness is growth? That's what brings you happiness, and you're not growing. It's about growth, and it's about being teachable. The Teachability Index, willingness to learn and willingness to accept change. You have to be high in both categories. Every day, focus on the Teachability Index. Every day, you have to be teachable. every single day. Make this concept a part of you, that you don't think about being teachable, you are teachable. You're not just trying to be willing to learn, you are willing to learn. You are the acceptance of change. You welcome it with a passion. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, like, comment on the video. See you guys next time.